Good morning, traders. My name is Joseph. I'm Smart Money Traders. Today is Friday, May 9th. It's 10:09. It's a late start. It looks like this market is trying to head higher today. But before I get into my analysis, let me just say this is for educational purposes only. This is not a recommendation to buy or sell any futures contract or foreign exchange contracts. Trading is risky. Know what you're doing and well capitalized. With that said, let's get into the analysis. Looking at the 30 minutes here on an NQ, looks like we had a whipsaw candle here where you get some people long and short at starting at 7 o'clock. So right now it looks like we want to go higher. So what I may do is probably gonna try to trade YM today. So I'm gonna put a close right here for YM. If we wanna get high, if we're gonna get higher, it'll take us in LE. Looking at LE here, LE is at the top of the range, it looks like. So we'll have to wait to trade it. They got a big candle in the first half an hour. Definitely looking bullish. We're approaching 215, which is a pretty significant number. So I would definitely want to wait for that. All right. Now YM is pulling back. So pulling back here. And the order on YM got canceled because we didn't make a new bullish bar. So looking at LE here, definitely bullish. Would need to pull back to engage. ES, same thing. I think we're pulling back here. Earlier, we hit the VWAP on ES and bounced higher on the top right here. When you look at it, we hit the VWAP and got higher. So we're gonna try along again on YM here and see if we can get taken out. The gear is tagged to this side here. We're above the VWAP. Second one, getting close to the high of the day. Yeah, I believe it would have got canceled again because we have for us to engage on LE here on the top left. We would need to get back to the pullback, maybe 214.50. If it gets back to the pull, looking at YM here, we definitely had a resistance. We just definitely flip a bias here. We had a resistance on YM. At the 30 minutes, we keep hitting this zone. One of the reasons I like to use stop limit on a new bar, whether it's bullish or bearish, because sometimes we just sidestep a loser by doing that. So if it doesn't trade that high or that low, you still have an opportunity to go. Now we getting close. We got close to the VWAP here. Maybe a bullish bar here. We can try to go long, but we kind of lost the background here. Yeah, we're getting to the point. It's market looks like it wants to point lower here. Let me just refresh this so we can get the Gagger Counter. Good morning again. If you're watching from YouTube, let me know. Let me know what you're trading this morning. Friday. This week has been an uneven week. Started really well. We slide. So hopefully today will be a better day. Not so much as far as the P&L, if it's going to be in red, but really executing a trade. Yesterday, definitely we stepped out, kind of broke our rules, gave it more room. The technical difficulty didn't help, but that's beside the point. Because the principle was, hey, I was going to, because of the announcement at 10 o'clock, I was going to stay away from the, and this is at least for a while, but I did trade them right around that time. So, which again, the market, what we said is this market's probably going to go higher, which it did, but not only after they get some people short at 11 here. They get, and then they hit this support zone on YM, and everything kind of set up the same way for the indices. That's what they did for the YM. Let's see. Let me see if I can also right here. I just changed my analyzer. If you notice, I have the white light system. Determination of something is flat. It's really based on the slope of the 15 moving average. For example, like right now, we're seeing the yellow moving average on YM. I mean, it's kind of flat, but yeah, this morning we had some opportunity at 8:30, 8:35 here. That was a long. There's a white line. I mean, here we definitely want to be careful as far as what we want to do. Go higher here from the VWAP. Also, we may go lower. because we're getting, I think the advance decline, it looks like it's turning to the downside, so that could be a sign that we're going lower here. Looking at ES here, things are pointing to the downside. Yeah. And things are pointing to the downside. So YM is just a matter of maybe going down here and give us a pullback and go lower. So then we will get short. Again, we had for YM, we're at the line of the sand here. The bounce here may not be something that's impossible here. You know, we had the VWAP, we had the bounce, the line in the sand. I believe yes doing the same. Let's see. Yes is way lower. Oh, actually, it's approaching the line of the sand. Yeah, things are definitely looking bullish at the moment. I mean, rather bearish, I mean to say. Things are looking bearish. Okay, then we bring back on YM. Things are definitely showing. They want ideally here, we would like, see what, yeah, early 50, 948. That was a nice little bounce to the upside here. But why I want to see here is probably a pullback to VWAP. Things are definitely getting bearish here. Well, we may not get a pullback here, will we? We do want to see a pullback toward VWAP here on both. Yes, and VWAP is at 94.93 to 97. So you got 16 ticks with them. I'm trying to sell it because this candle here is the pullback candle, even though it didn't make a new bullish candle here. But within this candle, we could see the pullback. We went all the way down here from 44 to about 77, I believe. Yeah, 77. So that's a nice 30-some pull, 33 ticks pullback. So okay, that's decline, definitely going lower here. Yeah. Let me know in the chat how you guys are doing. You can see here, I'm sure heading 60 and 120, about 21 ticks right now. 27, 29. So we have our ATM moving to break even at 60 ticks and get our first target. Obviously, virtually right now, we probably could move our stop down. We got at 36, 15 ticks away. Virtually, we at break even here. We could definitely put it down here at 36, at break even on YM here. So hopefully we can push down here and get the next 10 ticks and get to our first target. All right, first target got hit. We got a pivot coming up, and then basically the second target is basically at the low of the day, about 16, 17, about 16. So can we make a no low here? That's now this dotted line here in the blue in the chart is what's the number? 361. That's support. So we hit that. We hopefully we'll break that here. Also, this was a pivot from earlier. So we didn't see here. In the right line trading system here, we got the C2, meaning we have alignment to the downside on three different sides as far as the range. I think the 50, 34, and the 21 range, they're all pointing to the downside. So that's why you see those little wiggly line here to the downside. So right now we're experiencing a pullback. Will we survive the pullback? Only time will tell here. I mean, we could definitely see both ES as well. We had like that little support zone here, the fair value gap here. If we're gonna push lower, that'd be interesting. Market internals are pretty mixed, you know. That's why we don't see any signal to go long or short here, but definitely this market is bearish at the moment. It definitely hit this band of support here. Will it hold? The big fight going on at this level here. Side will win. Be determined here. The advance decline is going a little higher, but not much for me. This is more like a retracement, potentially go lower. If you look in the middle here with the YM, all the orange, I'm not done. The sellers just keep disappearing. To wait until the script is done loading. Back to the downside here. Okay, there you go. About 10 more ticks here. About 10 more ticks will. Okay, target got hit on the second one here. So we should expect a push up here because we had a low on the YM. So seeing this little pullback right here, it's definitely understandable. LE is kind of stalling up there. Nothing really happening on LE. That's the only reason we didn't touch it, because we feel like we got a couple push to the upside here. We might be done. Shorting it here is almost like guessing where it's gonna go. Right now, we definitely momentum is still to the downside here with YM. Again, we're at the low. We're not going to be too eager to short it again here. But if we get a pullback toward maybe 350, 360, 350 zone, and we might be looking to short it again. Today being Friday, so I'm definitely going to be cognizant of that, knowing that, hey, by 11 o'clock, things going to start really shifting to the weird side here. So we can... That could be a one and done trade for us. Now, if you're looking at the Raptor here, the Raptor gave us a sell signal here at basically 500 at the time. I wasn't looking at it, but definitely was a good one, but it was above the line of the sand. So this was a safer entry, but also I would say you would take a little more risk because if my stop was above, stop was right here at 96. So we're still looking at going lower here. We didn't get the pullback we wanted, but it looks like it wants to push lower here. Look at the ES on the Uniminco, kind of ranging down here. Again, we're at the low of the day, so it's not the best place to go short, but if we're gonna go lower, we're gonna go lower. So let me see what the range is. So the range today for midnight, I think I changed it to 5 p.m. So the range from Globex until now is 205 ticks. And over the last 5 days, we got 299. So we got another probably 25 points to the downside here potentially on the ES if we're gonna keep going lower. We got what, 65 right now. So 40 could be a target here. But definitely going short here is kind of not the best thing. So as you can see here, we're getting a pullback here on YM, which I said, hey, let's go back to about 50, 60. See, that low here was about 59. I don't know if we can get back there. So we're going to get that low pullback here. Now YM, 324 for the day so far. Average over the last 5 days is about 500 ticks, 569 over the last 10 days. So really still within that. Yesterday we had a 633 range. YM still has another 150 or so point that it could move to the downside here. Where's the ES? Yeah, I'm getting definitely some lags here on those three instruments. That's why normally, I used to just let it be. Now what I did, I put a condition. If it's more than 1 second, it's going to be red to know, hey, quickly I can visually say, hey, not to touch this instrument. And 6E, we got serious lag. The indicator I use for the range is, it's called, it's from indicate, another name of it. It's escaping me now. Let me see. Yeah, day arranger, that's all. Just the day arranger. Determine, do you want the range from midnight till now, or do you want from 5 p.m. till now? So I changed it. I think by default it's midnight to now. Yeah, day arranger. From Indicator Warehouse. Again, I've been using Indicator Warehouse indicators for, I'd say, over 10 years. Over 10 years I've been using the Raptor. So everything that you see on the top here is Indicator Warehouse. Whether it's the Gagger Counter, the Raptor here, the Raptor system. So all that is really based on Indicator Warehouse. Now we got a 1.9 minute lag. ES and Q and 6E. Yeah, you're welcome. So if we were to trade here, YM could be a short here, but I'm still leery about this short on YM. I feel like I'd like to see a bigger pullback, even toward 400. Toward those highs right here. Because here we got some people that bought. Some people bought right here. So what happened? What that tells me, those people may still want to get rescued here. So I don't wanna go short down here. So right now we're seeing a little push up to the upside here. I feel better if we get a turn here, or even a little higher. Well, 361 was support. Now it's gonna become resistance technically. So let's see if we can get and honestly, kind of week that I've had. So today might be a one and done. Again, I'd like to see a little push higher here. We're at the low of the day right here. We made a new low. So people may be buying the low here and do a complete reversal. So I'm not too eager to sell this right here. And the day arranger, for the person who asked, he will give you as many days as you put on the chart. I think this chart I have 21 days on there right now. Do I have 21 days? 15 days. I have 15 days. So let's say I have put 40 days in there. It's going to give me the range for the last 30 days. It's going to give the more data you put on there, the more days it's going to give you as far as the range. So it gives you an idea, it keeps you realistic. We do know if this market is going to go lower, we have at least another 150 to 200 ticks to the downside from this low, from the 298. So once again, in trading, it's not so much the winners, it's really avoiding those losers. Trying to go short down here, trying to go short here. For example, short at 33, right now you're definitely hoping that you don't get stopped out. So I'm still favoring the short here, but very, very careful, to be very careful here. So obviously those three instruments here, I'm not sure why they're so lagging, because everything else is good. I do know I do have more for ES. I do have most of my charts here are ES on the screens. Okay. We got to 85 here, 86, 87, I think we got. 88 was the high. Now, this could be an attempt to go lower, but again, I still don't trust it. Yeah, I think that pullback was maybe deep enough to go lower here. Now, there's a little bit of a trend line. There's a trend line right here. If we break this little trend line here, then we have a chance to go low. They keep going low. So, let's say we get to about 29.30. The lag is increasing on ES. Obviously, we're not going to touch that. All right. LA is broke up to the upside again. YM, ES. I think we're going lower here. Also on the YM, we got the C2 back, which is the squiggly line on top, saying, hey, we got some alignment and different bar sizes on the range chart. The 50, 34, and 21. The push down here, definitely likely. We're not trading anymore here, but if you're trading, definitely I'd be looking short at the moment. Well, let's say we traded 35 short. You got to 22. That means it wasn't really enough for you to move your break. For me to move my stop to break even. But like right now, we're getting a back and forth here in those levels. So, right, you got to exercise caution here going short. Going long here is almost like, okay, I'm predicting the market's going to turn around. It may happen, it may not, but, and this is the downside. When I look at the Gagger Counter, that tells me it's a stalemate. Nobody's winning at the moment. My advanced decline is kind of heading higher. That's another caution to say, hey, do I really want to be selling this? So, advanced decline is heading high. Let me move my advanced decline over here so you guys can see. This is the move down here. Now we're looking like we want to go higher. So that could be something to keep in mind. Now I like to use trend line. The reason why, because the big boys do use trend line. So this trend line got broken here, so the move higher is possible. But this was a support level, so yeah, time will tell here what we're doing. But definitely, an up move here is not impossible. It's definitely in the cards almost, because our advanced decline is going higher. Well, Steve says long from 68. Good call here. This definitely was the bottom. We're like, okay, we're getting extended here. Should we be selling still? That's why we refrain from selling here. So when you're a downtrend, you wanna sell when it feels expensive. But when it gets after this big move down like this, which we took advantage of, it definitely doesn't look like selling here was the best thing. Again, I wouldn't be surprised to see a move up to the VWAP and sell again, but at the same time, this ranging action happening here, we may see some more selling here. So Could be a setup to go lower too. Like they say in the market, bulls make money, bears make money, and hogs get slaughtered. So everybody can make money. If you were a bear this morning, you go short here, you good. If you say, hey, after this green bar here, I buy at 68, like Steve did, you got a good 13-point move in your favor. So like right now, things are switching to the downside. I can see the advanced decline is getting bearish. It's especially on the Friday. After a while, you should try to be done trading early as possible, which I think at the moment I might be done trading. So we got a Raptor signal here to go short at 30. So far, it's working out pretty well. No, not 30. Sorry, about 40. So it looks like the move down is resuming here. Put the ADD over here. The advanced decline, as you can see, we're getting lower. The advanced decline here. I'll stop declining compared to what's right. What are the ones that are rising? The ones that are declining are more. Definitely, if you're long here, start maybe tighten your stop or take some profit off the table because it looks like he wants to go lower. I could have this been a test. As you can see here, we didn't do that on the ES. ES low is all the way 63. We go back to 71. So that could tell me also that was a test to attempt to get some people short to go higher here. Because they got close to the low of the day here. I think they got to the low of the day. All right, I'm back, YouTube. For some reason, this is part 2, May 9th from 25. For some reason, I ended the stream without even realizing it. So really, we haven't done much movement here since we left. When we did say before the YouTube stream got stopped, that we're probably at the bottom here. We're going higher, and this is what we've seen so far. And today being a Friday, I don't think we may not see a move. This could be the low of the day. I mean, it is, but this definitely could be. Right now, the advanced decline is still kind of inching higher. It could be in order. LE again is going higher. That's why we got a couple pushes up. Then we got a definitely bullish day on LE. Let's see. All right, put this in the Discord, and I never did. See, we're seeing a push down here now. So this area was resistance on the ES. Let's see. It's still possible. We may definitely still got NQ a little faster as far as looks like NQ is bouncing. T8 kind of ranging here. Guys, here's still to the downside. Line is turning. It's rolling over to the lower too. So that could be definitely looking much going on at the moment. It's 11:14, so London is closing in 16 minutes. So I think I'll be ending the stream soon. Call it a day. I think this is plenty, because right now the way this market is moving or not moving, it's almost like a guessing game at the moment. This market still have a bearish tone to it. If you were to ask me, I'd be selling here, but again, kind of also close to the low of the day. Miami, if we get to 24, that could be an entry short, but again, it's very kind of risky here at those lows. If we're gonna do the same range that we have done the last 5 days, we still have a lot of room to the downside here. Now, for it to go back up, it would have to make a new high. So we gotta look at trading in probabilities. So what is most likely, a new high or a new low? I think a new low is more likely here. But that's just me, thinking out loud. I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know what's gonna happen next per se. But the likelihood here, we make a new low, or we can lift up and make a new high. Especially with London closing, so all those people that sold earlier, they may want to square off the position here, especially going into the weekend. We can see rally fueled by profit taking here. Okay, this is lifting off here. Yeah, so right now we're just indecisive here. It is undecided as far as where the market might be heading. Look at the top right, we got almost some really smaller candle compared to the other ones. Got some wicks some wicks at the bottom of the candles, meaning every time they move it down, they push it higher. Now, if we break that little range here, we may be going lower. To me, the likelihood here again is a new low. It's more likely we're gonna get a new low than a new high. And if we can stay within that range of about 497, we have another 150 plus points on YM to go down. Now you could say, hey, you know what? Yeah, since you're back, why didn't Google short here? Yeah, if you went short here, if you move your stop quickly, about 30 ticks in profit, you're good. But other than that, you definitely get taken out here. Something like LE. LE here today is, yeah, there's last couple of minutes we went down 20 ticks. So that's pretty significant on LE. 20 ticks is a big move on LE. So, but we got 3 push to the upside. So after those 3 pushes here, we should definitely expect some kind of pullback. I'm looking at this here. Where VWAP is at the moment is exactly where I would say nice support level is right here, you know. So VWAP is right at 77.5. This was resistance. That became support. And they may test it again here to go higher. Now if they break this zone, we'll make it keep going lower here. As you can see, this was resistance yesterday too. Today resistance again, support. So definitely I'd be careful here. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, we're going lower. And this is NQ doing. NQ is going lower. Yeah, definitely be careful here at those lows. But again, the likelihood is there's no low here. It's more likely to. Yeah, pushing lower now. It's a lot choppy. And choppy. After I took my profit here, it went choppy on us, you know. Trying to make money each way, but this range here definitely could have caught on the wrong side. What's usually overlooked in trading, and sometimes I overlook that too. I'm not kind of talking to myself here. Sometimes we kind of looking for wins, but really the first thing we should be doing is avoiding losses, because the wins will take care of themselves. When you have a nice winner, you know, it's gonna be, you know, you don't have to be sweating it too much. But yeah, it's just still not clear to me. Let's look at this big rectangle here. This is what we've been dealing with. I think for me, as long as we're still in this zone here, there's nothing to be done, you know. Because if you're here in this zone here, we're kind of guessing what we're doing. So if we see this, let's see what happened here. If we get out of this box to the upside, yeah, definitely there's a good chance we'll go higher. But the likelihood is to go lower. Keep an eye on LE here. We may see a bounce in this area to the upside. But if not, it goes lower here. All right. Definitely see the selling coming in here. Okay, we're seeing LE selling off here. So to me, this is no longer, yeah, once we take this swing out, I would definitely see right now we would favor short after the VWAP and go get another bar to the downside here. That could be a short on at least. It's 11:28, 2 minutes to London close. The next 2 minutes here, we may see some rapid movement here. You can see here we're moving higher. So in that couple Feds are speaking. Okay. Yeah, that's another reason to get out of this market. I mean, I've been out for a while now, just really observing. 11:30, yeah, push down, definitely likely here. Looking at the order flow and everything else, that's been a decline. Still bearish in this market. The sellers are coming in here, so let's see if they are successful in pushing this market lower. Buyers are getting aggressive here. So with that said here, again, we're back and forth in the zone. Let's see what happened here. I'm gonna call it the day. Thank you, YouTube, for watching. Appreciate your support. See you guys on Monday, 9 a.m. Thank you. God bless. Take care. Have a good weekend.